Hi all, welcome back to my channel. It's Sunday here today and it's quite nice weather actually. It's still warm but not disgusting like it has been recently. Um I don't mind it when it's like this. Just waiting for people to come on in and we will get started. Um I thought today that we could just literally have a chat, talk about what's going on. It would be nice if I could get a bit more traffic in here. I've noticed that my videos lately aren't getting as much traction, and I'm working on changing that. So, yeah. If you're in the bushes, please come and say hi. It'd be really nice to hear from you. I don't care which side of the fence you're on. You're welcome here as long as you're respectful and you don't be disrespectful or rude to anybody in the chat. I encourage you to come in and say hi. I don't know if this is going to kick me out, but I want to just quickly go and share on my community tab that we're live. YouTube. Please don't forget to like. Also, don't forget to check your notification bell. That way, you know when I'm live or when I drop a video. I've got a few things I want to talk about today. And I'm not going to be going at anybody particularly hard, but I want to give an observation. Yeah, I want to talk about a couple of things that as someone that kind of goes and chills wherever, I want to give an observation on something that I've noticed. Welcome to anybody coming in. Now, I don't want to call out one person in particular, but I've noticed that when when there is a bust up between certain creators, I've found that a lot of people really go for the people that they're arguing with when they're at their most vulnerable. Like last night, there was a bit of a thing with Roadhog and Tira Nicole. And I get that Tira Nicole isn't everybody's cup of tea. I personally don't have any issue with her. I quite like her. I actually think that she is quite a strong woman for everything that she's been through. And I really feel like the things that Roadhog and his wife were saying to her and actually reducing her to tears, I think that that is going too far. You know, and I get Real hasn't been innocent either, but they've done the same thing to him. They've got him when he's at his most vulnerable too. And it's not even just the Hogs. It's everybody. They've done it to people at their most, like they go for people when they're at their most vulnerable moments in life. And I gotta say, I feel like that is actually wrong. Because what they're doing is they're actually capitalizing off somebody's real life issues. And to talk about Tara Nicole's child in such, I saw a post from Mrs. Hogg, or whatever her name is, going, "Oh, I get to kiss my children goodnight. You don't." Yeah, that was heartbreaking. And this is why I'm speaking on it. I actually feel, and I hope if Terry, you watch this, I hope if you have any issue with what I'm saying, just PM me and we can talk about it. I'm not doing this out of malice or anything like that. But, you know, I have to say that Tara is brave. She was able to put her own her own child's needs above her own, and recognize that he was, if the child was adopted, that she would be giving the child a better life. As a woman, I could never imagine being put in that position. I would hate to have to even consider doing that. And I really take my hat off to her for being. Mm. Yeah, I also feel like anybody who can make that decision and make the right decision for their child is selfless and brave, because she sacrificed her own happiness out of love for her child and did what was best for the child. And that is why I think it's really disgusting that people want to go there. There are many reasons as to why a child needs to be adopted out. It could be that the mother has trigger warning issues with addiction, they're not financially well off, or they can barely support themselves, let alone a child. They could have gotten pregnant because of art, or they could have gotten pregnant by accident as a teenager. If a woman decides to put their child up for adoption, there is no shame in it. They are not wrong to do that. And I personally feel that if a woman recognizes that she can't look after her child, better that the child go to a loving family and not suffer. So yeah, I was really disgusted by the shit that I saw last night. Absolutely disgusted. And Roadhog, one question for you, mate. How does your wife feel about you sitting on YouTube day in, day out arguing with all these women? Like, you pick on women, right? And then you pick on men that you perceive as weaker than yourself. And again, I get that people are not a fan of Lefty. I get that. But we have to remember these people are human beings. It's one thing to say, okay, I don't like you, I don't like what you stand for, and I don't like your values. But it's another thing to make fun of them when they are literally at their most vulnerable in life. In regards to Lefty, I've been where Lefty is, living on my own and getting sick, trying to do everything that I need to do. Oh my goodness, Wacky Wonder. Tina Turner, I love it. Yeah, Roadhog's disgusting. I can support a lot of people and I can make excuses for a lot of people, but that man and that woman, I just can't. That woman, I mean, Mrs. Hogan, I mean, no disrespect, but I don't think she's quite there cognitively at all. And another thing, if to all those women that support the Hogs, I'm not gonna lay shit on you for it. I get that I get that we're all blinded by we're all blinded when it comes to the people we support. We don't want to admit their shortcomings and failings. But we gotta sometimes take a step back and go, okay, when is this going too far? And I can guarantee you, if you were a supporter of Roadhog and he said something that disgusting to you, I would be up here speaking out for you. Even if I didn't like you, I would be up here speaking out and saying, that's not right. Don't do that. This is disgusting. Oh yeah, I still love that one. That troll account that was going around Wanda's wine box was so funny. Used to crack me up, I swear. Ooh, really, used to make me laugh. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, Tara, I just want to say, love, don't let that man get to you. Don't let his wife get to you. Keep that chin up because you have done the right thing. I'm sorry that you've been through everything that you've been through. It can't have been easy. I'm also sorry that you have been through other challenges in regards to, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, but being homeless and not knowing where you're going. I don't think that there's anything funny about it at all. And I hope and pray that things get better for you. I hope that things look up for you. And as for the hogs, I hope and pray that they learn to show mercy, that they realize that everybody could end up going through a hard time and they are not exempt from it. I would never wish harm on you or your family, but I do wish that you would take a look at yourselves in the mirror and go, we're being just as disgusting, if not more. And as for you, Mr. Hogg, you are not a man, in my opinion. And to sit up there and say, oh, Real needs to be in a care home. No, he fucking doesn't. What Real needs is a supportive family and supportive friends at this time. And then maybe he might start to feel a bit better about himself and he might be able to then get himself on track. It's not fucking easy living alone and then getting sick and trying to do everything. I've been there myself. Hence the reason I started supporting him again, because I know how it bloody is. He knows if he goes too far, I'm not going to accept it. He knows that. He's fine with that. He knows I'm cool with people that he doesn't particularly like. He's good with it. We're fine. But I do have an understanding of what he's going through right now. And to be honest, I don't think he's a horrible person like everyone makes him out to be. He's honest. I paid him for thumbnails. I know I'm going to get them. I need to get in contact with him, actually. But I know for a fact I'll get them. Oh, sounds nice, Wanda. Oh, Tina. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I just love the name. Quite like Tina Turner's music, actually. But yeah, that is why I've given him another chance. Because I can identify with him. And for all those giving him shit going on, he's going to move back to Philly because he can't look after himself. No. I know why he wants to move back to Philly, and I'm not going to disclose that here, but I can tell you I know why he wants to move back there. And if I were in his position, I would be doing the same thing. And no, I don't believe he is getting evicted, by the way. So don't get your hopes up, guys. And again, as I say, I don't care if you like him or you don't. But you don't need to pick on somebody when they're at their lowest. You know, saying trigger warning that one day he will die of a heart attack. How could you want that for someone? In all honesty, how could you openly want that for somebody? And again, I'm not excusing everything he does. He has gone too far in some occasions, on a lot of occasions, but he knows that. And I know he knows that. Yeah, he knows. Then then he goes and does different content like food reviews and things like that. Everybody hangs shit on him for that. Man, let him do his food reviews. He's not hurting anyone. I personally think he's doing better with his food reviews. That's another reason I'm willing to support him, because he's actually trying to do something fucking positive for a change. In my opinion, he's doing far better than everyone else out there who are just covering the same shit. Damn, give the guy a break. Terry, my girl, I haven't seen you for a while. Miss ya. Welcome back. Welcome back. But sometimes I think we need to look at somebody's real life. We think, okay, they're just people on the internet, but sometimes we need to look at their life or them as a person, and sometimes we do need to give grace. I'm a firm believer in second chances because I have seen people hit rock bottom and slowly climb up to the top. Yeah, there have been setbacks, but they've done it. And I do believe that Real is capable of succeeding. And I think Roadhog could succeed too if he just laid off. The whole situation between those two, it's literally at a point where it is getting old. Lefty come back to YouTube. He weren't even talking about Roadhog for ages. He weren't talking about him. He come back here doing his freaking food reviews. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. But Roadhog then had to go and start it all back up. No, he had to go and start everything back up. Oh, it sucks. And then they reckon we're not going to get many storms, but Terry, but I really think that it's the rainy season. I don't think it's over for us yet. I've just got a bad feeling that we're going to get hit out of nowhere. I reckon within the next couple of months. Oh God, I'm starting to sound like a fake psychic. Shit. But I mean, yeah, I really feel like it's not quite over for us yet. I mean, you look what happened in North Queensland. They got absolutely hammered. I know that my family members out there, they've been getting a lot of rain. Although my husband thinks it's going to rain tonight. We went out for a coffee before and he said, oh, I think it'll rain tonight. And it's starting to feel like it will. Hello, Miss Bella Bella Bella. How you doing, doll? But yeah, I'm sorry, but I really had to come in and say something because I feel really bad for these people that are actually going through the most horrific shit. One time when I was living alone, I got a flu. And I don't know what it was that I got, but it was really bad. This was back in 2014. I come down with a cold. Next day, I tried to get off the bed. I fell back over. I was so weak and tired. What did I do? I had to call the ambulance. No joke. I had to call the ambulance because I was dehydrated, and I knew I was dehydrated because I wasn't weeing. And when I called the ambulance, they come over and my oxygen rate was up. I had a temperature of 38 degrees. And they said, "Oh, we're going to take you to the hospital." They took me to the hospital. They ended up, like, even my throat was that sore. I could barely swallow freaking water. And when the ambos got there, they said, "Oh, did you contact the out of hours doctors?" I said, "No, I I couldn't. I felt that sick. I live here alone. I'm blind. I don't know if I fall over or something happens. What am I going to do? I need to get seen to." The ambos were like, "Yep, that's fine." Like, I ended up calling the emergency number, and again, the dispatchers were really friendly. They were really helpful when I explained my situation. But it's not good to be in a situation like that. Thankfully, I went and they took me to the hospital. I got antibiotics through a drip. I was on that for 4 hours. The doctor come in, he said, "Oh, you've just gotten a really bad flu. A lot of people are getting it." Um, and then sent me off with some other shit that I had to take. Um, and it took me about a week to recover. Bella Marie, I'm doing really well, thank you. Very busy, got a lot going on as usual. And that is where I do feel sympathy for real. Or anybody. It wouldn't even just be him. If it was anybody going through that, I would feel sympathy. Oh yeah, Terry. I think it'll be our turn soon. I really think it's going to be our turn soon. We're building for it. You can just feel it in the atmosphere. We're building for it. I think that people have been lulled into a false sense of security in regards to the weather, but this is Australia we're talking about. One minute we're burning, next minute we're flooding. No, you're right. It is no joke. And to sit over there and call him Mr. PP Jugs and, taking the piss is literally wrong. Yeah, if you want to sit there and critique his content, you have a right to do that. Anybody has a right to critique someone's content. But when it goes to that level, that's one for me. I kind of go, nah, that's not cool. And I'm a person that generally won't withdraw my support from someone if I don't agree with them. I'm one of those people that would, in a lot of cases, prefer to go, well, we have a difference of opinion here, but we can agree to disagree. Even if he goes too far, I will not engage it. I will just remove myself from the chat. I won't say anything. If I'm really concerned, I'll talk to him privately, because I don't want to make his situation worse, and I don't want to make anybody look or feel bad, because we've all done stupid shit out here. As I've said time and time again, nobody in any of these communities, whether you're an anti-KJer or a 90-day person, nobody has got clean hands. And if it was the hogs in that situation, I would do anything I could to support them, even though I don't like them. I would offer words of support or offer to help them if they were ever in a situation like Real or Tara were in. I would do that for anybody. Even if I don't like you, I would do it. Even if I don't support you, I would do it. I would offer to help you, and I would offer to lend support. Bella, I wouldn't be too worried. I don't think the winter's going to be as bad this year. Yeah, I know the past couple of years have been brutal, but I don't know if this year. I think we might get off pretty easily, especially with the shift in the weather systems. Oh yeah, Terry, I'm with you. I prefer winter over summer. Now, I've gone on about that enough. Another thing I want to bring up, and another thing that I'd like to say is, Amanda, this is for Amanda's prayer jar. We don't know each other that well. I've barely spoken to you. I've barely interacted with you. Um, I know who you are from Seawers and Jules and that. But I would like to say that I'm really sorry about what happened to you last night. And I'm really glad that you stood up for yourself and spoke out. I'm getting really over the fact that you cannot have a different opinion to somebody else. And if you want my opinion on the whole situation with Jen Bailey and Clint, as I've said, I feel sorry for the both of them. It is clear that they both have a lot of issues. It is clear that they're both not well. And I'm with Amanda and everybody else that says what this KK's camera has done is wrong. And not because she wanted to expose the DV. Trigger warning. If someone could do a trigger warning in the chat, please. Um, I'm okay if you want to expose that there may be some DV going on. However, I'm not okay with KK or whoever it is putting PayPal in the chat to put these videos out there. I'm not okay with those videos being posted the way they were. Those videos should have been handed in to the authorities. Because what you've inadvertently done is put, now if this is true, what you've actually done by doing this is potentially put Clint in more danger. You've potentially put him in danger, his life. You've actually, I'm not surprised he has said to the authorities nothing's going on. Because if she is hurting him, he probably feels too scared to say anything because it's all over the internet. What happened with Clint? Some videos came out about Jen Bailey doing some DV to him. One of the videos was quite freaking brutal. I personally won't watch. I don't want to give her the clicks and views. It's KK's camera, and I don't feel right about watching that kind of thing. So I haven't watched, but everybody's talking about it. So if I were to say what happened, it would be a lie. But yeah, and I don't want to be responsible for putting Clint in danger, because by putting these videos out there and people playing it, while they think they're getting justice for this guy, they're actually not. Like, if he had to go home to her, he could get it 10 times worse that night. That is how people get K'd. Apparently, Clint has since left her, from what I understand. I could be wrong, but apparently he has left her. I don't know what he's doing in regards to it legally, but yeah, I agree with Amanda. I don't think those videos should have been put out there. And the fact that people were attacking Amanda, wow. And then Amanda goes to stand up for herself and also tries to talk to the creator. All the creator can do is sit there and go on about how nice she was to everybody, how nice she was to Amanda, and what Amanda's apparently going to do, and that Amanda wasn't a good friend because Amanda went here and Amanda went there. No. Amanda probably went all over the place because Amanda probably had a different opinion on a lot of things. And if Amanda voiced those opinions, Amanda would get attacked. But yeah, I agree with Amanda. And I didn't even know Amanda. I think I spoke to her once or twice. Amanda is not a bad person. Hello, Mutual. How are you? Welcome to the channel. And that is why people, they leave. Well, yeah, you're right, Terry. It is no joke. 10 years ago, when I was going through my DV stuff, I couldn't have had a channel. I had to be careful in regards to who I even spoke to, who I saw in regards to my real life. There were people within who I thought were close friends who I couldn't even give my new address or my phone number to. There are people to this day that will never get my phone number or that will never get my address. Yeah, Amanda, I'm really sorry for what happened to you. I'm going to say it straight. Siwa Moon is a manipulator. She calls everybody else manipulative, but she is the one who is manipulative herself. She is another one that goes for people when they're at their most vulnerable. I never heard Amanda speak badly of Siwa. And Amanda did try to come to you privately, but Siwa didn't want to know. But instead of, you said, oh, she was a friend. If Amanda was your friend, you would have spoken to her instead of sitting on a live playing victim. I'm not surprised she went live and spoke out. Amanda has done nothing wrong to you. Like everybody else that has walked away from you, they've done nothing wrong to you. They've walked away and spoken out. Yeah, she is terrible. She, yeah, while I don't agree with her kids being brought into it and everything like that, she's done it to other people. I can guarantee you, if she were given the chance, she would go to Amanda's mum and complain about Amanda to her mum. But you weren't a good friend to Amanda, Siwa. That is why she went elsewhere. You know, Siwa, you are the biggest hypocrite on these streets because you can say what you like about everybody else. You can have an opinion on everybody else. You can tell people what they can and can't do. But if someone stands up and says, well, that's not right, this didn't happen, this is actually what happened, you go at them, you go at them, and you play victim and you try and make life as difficult as possible for those people. Whether they're creators or subscribers, you don't care. Yes, Mutualizer, that's what I'm getting at. She inserts herself in these situations and then wonders why everybody comes at her. And I mean, if she spoke up for what's right and owned her shit, people probably would respect her more. But she only speaks up for what's right when it suits her and when she can gain something from it. Look, admittedly, I did something I shouldn't have done last night. I went into her channel and I commented. I don't know how she saw it. I think she unblocked me when I kicked up a stink about blocking paying members. But I put in the chat, well, Siwa, maybe your spells are backfiring because now you've lost someone else. I did do it. But that's because I was freaking listening and I'm over the fake crying and the victim, the trauma bonding. I'm over it. That's all she does. That's all her channel is. She sits there and plays victim and couldn't give a flying fuck about what anybody else might be feeling. It's always about her feelings and what she did and how kind she was. Siwa, you're not kind. You are a backstabbing piece of shit. Yeah, KCG, I've spoken to him about that. And a couple others have spoken to him. I don't think he'll be doing that again. But if you and I don't have a problem if you feel like something's going too far. As a sub, you have a right to withdraw your support, and that goes for anybody. You you have a right to do what you need to do, and you have a right to feel comfortable where you go. And that is no disrespect to real. That's for anybody. If you feel like any creator is going too far, you have a right to not go back there. Yes, Terry, I agree. And I think that it's sad that she'll sit there and say nobody can talk about her. But every video that she's done has been about, I mean, the past week, it's been about Jen and Clint, Jen and Clint, Jen and Clint, John Yates, Jen and Clint, John Yates. That's all she talks about because it's what's popular at the moment. That's what she does. She preys on what's popular and then goes for it. She was making money off that, but yet she says, "Oh, I support victims of DB." You don't support anybody. Yeah, KCG. I gotta say that in a lot of creators, with a lot of creators, that is a problem. Is the chat a lot of the times. If there's creators beefing with one another, I always say if they're serious about sorting it out, they will go and do it privately because the chat, like in a lot of cases, literally amps things up, and nothing is ever squashed that way. If you have a problem, you need to talk to the person privately because that way you and the person are able to concentrate on the problem at hand, not having bystanders amp it up. But KCG, even if I don't agree with everything that someone does, if they are also being attacked, I will stand up and say that's wrong. Do you know what I don't, because nobody deserves to be hurt. Even if it's somebody that I like or don't like, I'm going to stand up and say, this is wrong. I don't know Amanda Sprague, but the chat come at her last night too because she had a different opinion. But this whole situation with Jen and Clint is so sad. And just say, and then the other thing, why I went into Seawers and said about the spells backfiring? Because she is now taking credit for Jules getting sick and for the fallouts happening in the communities. She's saying that the spells and hexes that she's cast have actually worked and she's the cause of all this shit. What I want to know is how can you feel good about doing that? How can you feel good about admitting that? Sorry, but that's actually a little sadistic. That actually scares me. I find that really fucking scary. Like, when I heard that, I felt sick. Hello, Karma is a biatch. Welcome. How are you doing, love? Sorry I haven't replied to your comment, but anybody in the chat, or anybody from the replay crew, please keep Karma as a biatch in your prayers as we're doing. I hope that your health continues to improve, and I pray that you can live the best life possible and live a full life. Yeah, KTG, I get it, darling. I really get it. Um, and that's the thing with Real. That is actually one of his good points. He is actually very accepting and he treats people the same as anybody else. While I don't agree with some of what he says and what he does, if you were to say to him, "Look, Real, I can't read what's on the screen," he would read it for you or make sure his panel guests would read it for you. He is really good in that way. Like, he does have a lot of positive attributes. And again, that's not me defending his wrong shit, but I can't sit here and actually really call him out because I've done some pretty dirty shit too. Oh, good, Karma. I'm glad you appreciate it. I really think we need to keep the prayer warriors out there for you. We need to keep all the prayers going, and we need to be supporting you. Yes, Mutualizer. That's the problem that I've had too. I don't know if you're aware, but I was accused of being in a chat where they were showing Instagram pictures of her children and then they played the interview done with her ex. Um I didn't know that her children's pictures were being shown due to me being vision impaired. Um and I also tried to encourage them not to play the interview. So yes, I was in the chat, but I did not do any of the things that she accused me of. And I did a live a few weeks ago where I played the clip of her accusing me of it. And yeah, I got a lot of backlash for it, but I don't know what she expected me to do. Quite honestly, I don't know what she expected me to do. Sit there and take it. But that's the thing, is she'd come to me privately and said, "Hey Tia, I just want you to know you were in a chat. My kids' photos were being shown, and I'm surprised you were over there." I would have immediately apologized and said, "Look, I didn't know that was happening. I'm really sorry about that, and I will be more careful in the future. I was not aware that this was going on. I was aware that they were looking through her Instagram, which was a public social media page, but I was not aware that there were pictures of her children up there. That was the problem." But then last night, I really, because she had me blocked. But last night I went in and yeah, I was a bit of a smart ass. I probably shouldn't have done it. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done it. But I went in there because I was freaking pissed off with what she did to Amanda and everybody else that she's fucking going for. And then now she's going for Danielle Robinson. Fuck me. I've got to say, Danielle Robinson is a laugh. I'm glad I found her channel. She's cracker. Oh man, I hadn't laughed so hard in ages when I went over there. But I'm going to go and give her a share because she really is funny. But now she's going for Danielle Robinson because Danielle Robinson spoke out on her. But then last night when I said, well, your spells are obviously backfiring, oh my God, yeah, she had the hide to call me evil. And I didn't take offense to it. I pissed myself laughing. I thought it was funny because apparently she'd been nothing kind but kind to me. And then apparently she hadn't spoken on me. Okay, granted, she only made those couple of comments, but she still accused me of some shit that I didn't do. And she knew. She knows I can't fucking see. What, did she try and do a spell to give me my sight back? Good fucking luck, it won't happen. Because I got prosthetic eye, Siwa. So if I were to get my sight back, they would have to do a whole operation. I'd have to get eyes donated because I don't have eyes. No shit. You know that. And then to say, oh, I don't watch you. You clearly do. And you clearly send your Sans over here to watch me. But continue to watch me. I need the clicks and views. Apparently, I'm only doing this for clicks and views. No, I'm not doing it for clicks and views. I'm calling you out on your nasty like everybody else is. I don't give a fuck about the clicks and views. Because unlike you, I have realistic goals to fall back on. I have realistic things that I can fall back on that are going to get me a job, Siwa. Unlike you. See, unlike you, I got a grade 12 education. Unlike you, I have been to university. Yeah, true. She said it. I want to get the sound clip, but I don't want to fucking go through to the 5 hour timestamp on that stupid live because honestly, her voice is like nails going down a freaking chalkboard. Yeah, Terry, she went there. But it's clear that she watches everybody. She is a liar. She clearly watches everybody because that is how she makes her content. Well, lack of content, I should say. She's making content off a DV situation right now. See what? All that money that you're getting for those lives, why don't you give it to a charity that helps victims of DV? Why don't you give all that money to a charity? Why don't you support a charity? But you won't because you're too fucking selfish. Because you think the world revolves around you. And then to sit there, another thing that really pissed me off was when he's talking about Jules. Oh, Jules doesn't want Clint to be free because Jules will lose her meat and potatoes. Because unlike me, she's a psychic medium. She's not a psychic medium. So she has no other content. Look, if you weren't covering the same thing, that may have been a fair comment. But the reality is that was very hypocritical because you're covering the same thing like everybody else is. Lone. So my YouTube name's One Lone Voice, but my name, like I also use my first name, which is Tia, because when I came into the community, I was known as Tia. I only changed it later on. So yeah, she calls me One Lone Voice. But if she called me my first name, it wouldn't be a problem because others do. Like Real, he still calls me by my first name, but that's fine. Um, because when I came I don't see it as a dox because when I came into the community, that was who I was known, how I was known. So yeah, even if she did call me either of those names, there's no issue. Hello, Forever Young. How you doing, love? Good to have you here. But yeah, she's not doing it out of care. That's the problem. She doesn't care. Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to Danielle Robinson, all of me. I think that she's great. I think that her content is great. I think that her sense of humor is great. She really is a breath of fresh air on these streets. But see, well, you're wrong to sit there and say that is upset because they're going to lose their content. No, a lot of people are saying that KK's camera is wrong, and they are wrong. But yeah, I really like Danielle. I really like her. And you can tell that she's a genuine person. And as I said, I don't know Amanda, but I do agree with what Amanda said. And I could be wrong, but Amanda has some challenges of her own. But you don't see her sitting there whinging and crying about how shitty her life is. You know, and then last night they had to go for Sua had to go for Christy Marie again. Again, I don't know Christy Marie. I don't know. I've never spoken to her. But see, well, that was your choice to invite her on vacation. You were more than happy until you fell out with her. You said that the vacation was good. You can't tell me that all that time you were pretending. You just wanted it to go to shit so then you would be able to make her look like the bad guy and you to look like the victim who tried to help someone and got screwed over. And you know, when I did that stream a few weeks ago about her reading out um, client reviews in regards to her readings, I actually had one of those people that she read messages out for. I actually had one of those people come into my chat, into my comments, and say, "Thank you for making me aware that she had done this." I'm just checking the comments. Okay, but yeah, this person come into my comments and said, "Thank you for letting me know." But I'm gonna say it, see, your spells ain't shit. And anything bad that you wish upon another person, so you wish ill or injury or harm on another person, you are going to get that back tenfold. All of it will come back to bite you. I don't wish that for you, but let's just be real. That is what will happen. In life, it is not good to be vengeful. And I find it really disgusting that you could sit there and think that it's okay to wish that on people. I agree in regards to Jen. Not, she shouldn't have done that interview. She really shouldn't have done that interview. But I think that you're even with her now. You've been talking about her shit for ages. Leave it fucking be, Siwa. Get over it. It's done. The only reason people keep bringing it up is because you keep bringing it up yourself. by you sitting here and keep talking about it, everybody else is going to keep talking about it. And that's not even me criticizing. I don't even know why I'm trying to give you helpful advice when you just shit all over everyone. But you keep talking about it. You keep being horrible. You are worse than anybody in this community. But you are never going to learn until you really go too far with someone. And it's coming. Because one day you are going to go too far with someone and they're going to pull the rug from right under your little feet. I'll see you later, Bella. Thanks for popping in, love. I really appreciate it. Oh, and another thing I want to bring up. Oh, shit. Hang on. I want to talk about Lindsay. You actually use her phobia of a certain animal type to get at her. So you use that phobia. You have an emoji of it. I actually have an uncle who's got the same phobia. And that phobia is real. Yeah, and she sees nothing wrong with it because she doesn't like the person. Even though that person actually helped her out financially because she was going to have a big storm and some shit. She couldn't get groceries or food for her and her kids. This person actually gave Siwa her last $50 to buy food. And this person also has a disability and lives, only gets disability income. But this person put Siwa's kids before herself, and she don't even know this chick or her kids. But she did the right thing. Well, tried to do the right thing. Then they fall out, and next thing, poor Lindsay is getting the worst. And then for Siwa to take the piss out of her actual phobia, fuck off. Like, as I say, it's a real thing. My uncle, he has the same phobia. I mean, that's something a kid would do. But like I've said time and time again, if Siwa, if you got off the internet and looked for another source of income, if you were to return in 6 months or so, gave yourself a bit of time, got your head in a better space, you probably could succeed at this. You could get on with the content you want to do. But the problem is you are so deep into the fighting that you can't seem to climb out of it. And you're blaming everybody else, but you're at fault too because you're feeding into it. You're feeding into it. That is the issue here. And again, I'm not bashing you. I don't know of anybody else who has been as honest with you as I am being. While I'm calling you out for your BS, I genuinely am trying to help you. I know myself. I did walk away. I was going down the same path as you. I walked away from YouTube for 6 months because I was getting involved in all of it. Yeah, Terry, I don't think she will care. But I'm only saying it for her sake and her children's sake. One day one day her daughter is going to grow up and see what her mother's been doing online. And I mean, do I think that she is a terrible mother? I don't know. I mean, I would never want to say that because I don't know her personally. Well, I do wonder how her daughter can sleep through all the racket, and how I wonder where she finds the time to do 8 to 10 hour day lives. That doesn't mean that she is a terrible, neglectful fucking parent. I mean, from what I hear on her lives, I definitely think that she could manage her money a bit better and live within her means. But again, that doesn't mean that she is a neglectful, like terrible, horrible parent. She could be completely different in real life to what she is online. We wouldn't know. But she does need to think of what she's putting out there. And she does need to think of what she is doing herself and think about who she has screwed over. Go away for 6 months, come back, turn over a new leaf, do what you want to do. And again, I'm not singling her out. I would say this to any creator in her position. I've done it myself and it was the best thing I could have done. Trust and believe. If you went away for 6 months, let everything die down, come back, turned over a new leaf, you would be fine. You'd probably be forgotten about. But what you're doing at the moment is just getting you negative attention. And you're feeding off that negative attention to get content. And in turn, your negativity is A, creating bad energy around you, B, losing you subs, losing you friends, C, losing you income, and D, must be making you feel pretty shitty. I couldn't imagine how you must feel every day waking up and gearing up to fight with people. Oh my god, Villanova, there you are. I haven't seen you for a while. Well, you see what? You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your kids. When your daughter's there wanting, yeah, even if you're interacting with her, is your mind really focused on that time between you and your daughter? I kind of get the feeling it's not. How can it be? If you were this angry on the internet, how angry must you be in real life? You were so angry that you were looking past things that you claim you stand against, like supporting someone like Chicago Muscle, who uses the N word, calls people the F slur. You have people in the chat who get offended by that stuff. You claim that you get offended by that shit yourself, but you're willing to look past it because he's supporting you and helping you. That is really, really sad. Honestly, you need to take a break from the internet and get your head straight. If you don't want to do it for yourself, think of your daughter, think of your kids, think of your family. Man, if it were me and I have my children getting doxxed and people reaching out to them, I would be off YouTube quicker than you could say their names. And yes, I know you don't like people to speak about your children, but I'm not trying. Whoop, sorry, had a influx of notifications coming in there. I don't mean to speak on them in a negative way. I am not trying to speak on them in a nasty way at all. Ooh, Karma is a biatch. Villanova is actually my lovely mod. Um, yeah, she is a one of my lovely mods who is here to help me out. Karma, would you mind being a backup mod? Villanova Karma is a biatch has actually been one of my supporters since the beginning. Actually, she's been around for ages. So yeah, but yeah, I see. Well, I'm not speaking on them in a negative light. I'm trying to get you, well, hoping that I can get you to look at things from another perspective. And I would never, ever want to speak on your children or any of your family for that matter in a bad way. Because that is not what I stand for. Thanks, Dale. Villanova, you can keep your ranch. I just want to have someone else on the case if you can't be here for whatever reason. It's good to have a backup. Oh shit. Comment actions. Hang on. What? Okay, I'll have to do that after. I'm not sure how to do it. It's being a bit of a pain right now. Although, thank you for doing the modding for me, Villanova. You've been doing a great job. I really appreciate you. Oh, fuck. Um, okay, I'll do it when I end the live, but, um, yeah, I really don't want to speak on any of your family in a negative light, but you can't keep making their lives difficult for the choices that you yourself are choosing to make. And the reason I say this all to you, Siwa, is because despite everything that you have done to me and to everybody else, I still think that there is good in you. I still think that you do, like everybody else, have a lot to offer this community. You are a creator, and I respect you because you're out there trying to get by. Even though I think you could get a more substantial job, even though I think that you could try a little harder in getting some employment, you also could make it. And you are right in regards to, I don't agree with how you phrased it, but you do have an unusual skill. Oh, I don't know if unusual would be the right word, actually. I don't know if that's probably not a very good way of phrasing it, but you have a skill that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people wouldn't know about witchcraft or psychic mediumship or any of those things. It would be good if you could educate people. Use it for good, see, but don't use things for bad. Because what you're doing is you are creating fear of something that a lot of people don't know about or that are wary of in the first place. You are making it look bad. You are making other people that might practice those same things look bad. And no offense, but you look like one of those scammer psychics that are advertised on TV that that have those psychic hotlines and things like that where they guarantee results. I have a friend who's a psychic. I have a good friend who is a psychic. And the first thing she said to me was the hallmarks of a good psychic is that they will never guarantee you 100% results. They will tell you that they could be successful, but they will let you know that they can be wrong. That is what she told me. Yeah, Villanova, that is my whole point. She really could use it for good. not for evil. But she really, by her behavior and what she's doing, she is truly making herself look. She looks terrible. She looks like the worst person of mankind. I really don't like her and what she's doing, but I I think that there is good in her. I honestly just feel that she has lost her path, that she's gone down the wrong path. That is what I feel. But more people need to be honest with her and say that. Try not to nitpick at everything that she's doing wrong. And I've said things that she's doing wrong, but I'm really not doing it out of malice. Oh shit. Fuck, I've stood up too fast and now my head's spinning. Whoa, shit. Oh, damn, that wasn't good. I think I need to have a drink of water. Whew. Villanova, can you please check that in a wee whatever that I've never seen that person around here. Can you just keep an eye on it, please? They could be well meaning, but I don't need shit to go down. I'll be back in a sec. I'm just gonna have a drink of water, guys. Sorry about that. I literally got up and I just about fainted. Like I started feeling really faint, which can happen to me from time to time. I'm not sure why, but it does happen. I think I just stood up a bit too fast and yeah, having no like absolutely no vision, it's a weird feeling. So yeah, I just had to grab a drink of water. Oh, thank you, Villanova. I don't know who that is. Um, just those messages looked a bit sus, so I think it could be a troll. But yeah, I think that anybody who comes out here and has something different to offer, they should focus their energy on it. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. That was horrible. Shit. Like it. Oh, I don't know. Like it happens to me from time to time, but what can you do? I'm laying down now. That's probably going to be the best thing. I think it's, because it's humid, it's hot, and then I got up too quickly. Whew. I was actually getting up to make a cup of tea, but I don't, yeah, that kind of threw me off track a bit. Oh, and if people want to come at me and say, you faked that, I didn't actually fucking fake it. I've actually passed out before. So, yeah, unfortunately, it just happened to get me when I was on live. But luckily for me, I know the signs. It's happened to me so many times. I know the signs and I know what to do. I know to go and get water or, lay down and relax, take a break. Or maybe C would put a spell on me to make it happen. If she owns that, whew, then we really know who she is, considering I was trying to help her. Yeah, he's home with me and he's used to this happening, so if anything had happened, he would have been able to come and get me. He's outside, so but he could definitely see. Um, yeah, he would have been able to help, so it's all good. But I want to say I'm really looking forward to Jules's live tomorrow. I think she's got someone from an animal rescue coming in to have a chat. I think that'd be really good to listen to. I hope that it'll be an enjoyable stream. I'm gonna go and check it out. And I probably will share it on my community tab because I'd like to hear how it's done over. I'm not sure where the person's from, but I wonder if their procedure's different to what it is in Australia. Yeah, Terry, she is a piece of work, but like anybody else, she could put it right. But she just has to want to put it right and take accountability for her own actions instead of blaming people. She 100% could turn it around, but she just has to try. And she needs to get a bit more of a grip on her chat. And another thing that would make her channel better is if she had better moderators. I feel that a lot of her mods, they amp her up. And yeah, I voiced that opinion in another chat the other day, and I got someone come back at me go, "Well, you mod for Ren." I mod for Ren, but I don't. I would never amp him up if I didn't like what he was doing. I don't. I would never amp him up to argue with another person. And it wouldn't matter who the fuck I modded for. I wouldn't do it. If I had a mod doing that in here, they would have their wrench removed. Because I am responsible for my channel, as every other creator is. You're responsible for your channel. You can't even imagine how much more trouble it causes. And as a creator, and as me being solely responsible for this channel and solely responsible for the chat, I put my trust, well, any creator really puts all their trust in their moderators to do what's right by the creator and by the channel. And if you were a moderator for somebody, you do represent that channel. And when you go and amp up fights between people, you make the creator look really bad. You make the channel look bad. And that's another piece of constructive criticism I want to give to you, Siwa. People have actually walked away from you because of your chat. The way that you are treated, the way that they have been treated in your chat. Your chat are not the most welcoming bunch. Your chat have been downright rude to many of people that have gone in there and expressed a different opinion, or that haven't completely rolled with the narrative that you want people to follow and they want people to follow. Yeah, I think that's what happened to me. Like, I literally went to get up, make a cup of tea, and I'm like, my head whew, just started spinning. I don't even know. It was weird. Like, I was feeling perfectly fine before. Yeah, Terry, gonna I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna go and I think have something to eat and just relax. So I after that I'm losing concentration a little bit. Like, yeah. So I think I'm gonna go and get something to eat and just relax for a bit. That was really horrible. But I will come back maybe a bit later or tomorrow when I'm feeling a bit better. I'm really sorry to cut it short, guys. I've tried to go on with it, but yeah, I feel really tired. But I will see you all next time.